Hi, my name is Sam Price, the Crypto Lifer, and every single Friday I give you the macro technical analysis for Bitcoin, Total 3, the entire market cap of all the cryptocurrencies excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. We give you Bitcoin dominance, Tether dominance, the DXY, the S&P futures, the NASDAQ futures, and gold. Let's break it down for you and see what's happening with Bitty Bitcoin. The weekly is oversold, wants to bounce. We are making a higher low here on the weekly. If the weekly can just keep itself from getting below 55,000, we should have ourselves a move back to the upside. However, Bitcoin did get rejected by this weekly resistance level here. If we kind of flatten this out, I have it like this, and we didn't make it past 64,500, bit of a weekly resistance there, came back down, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we came and tested 51,000, the 50 weekly moving average there, and came back down to $51,000. If we lose 51,000, we could make a drop to 43 or lower. It's not out of the cards that we could see a major move further down for Bitcoin. So I'm open-minded. Right now on the weekly, I just want to make sure the weekly candle does not close below, I'd say 55,800 right there. As long as we close, or 55.5, as long as we close above 55.5, we are okay. But I will expect us to touch this. Right now, we're battling 58,000. We're at 58,123, and we keep going up and down on that level. If we lose and close a daily candle below 58,000, which it looks like we may, we're going to head to the bottom of the channel here around 51,500. That's just what is likely going to happen. So I do see more downside for Bitcoin, a bit of a head and shoulder. You lost the 200 MA. I see Bitcoin coming down, even right now on the 1 hour time frame as we spoke today. You can see this is a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. And I've been in along since here, and we've been battling 58,000, but I believe once we break it, we drop to 55,500, and then we could even go lower. So that's my update for Bitcoin on the macro. It's looking somewhat bearish, like we need to pull back before a bigger pump. So I would expect to move down on the weekly in the next few days, at least to 51,000, and then we can go from there. The total market cap, same story. It's hugging 1.99 trillion, 2 trillion. It loses that, it goes to 1.9, and then it could even go all the way back to 1.67. You'd think the trend line would hold so we could wick, but we may wick down, come back up, then make our move up. Shoulder, head, and shouldery, it doesn't look amazing. That's a high, low, a lower high. I get it. You could say we're putting a lower low, a higher low, but we need a bigger change in trend here. We really need to see the weekly close a candle above 2.2 trillion. And if we close right now where we're about to close below $2 trillion, I mean 1.9 and then 1.6, I mean, you got to look at it. So we desperately need a reversal here in the total market cap sooner than later so we can get a move to the upside and propel our move all the way out. If we get that and we do the length of the pole, this thing will pump to a new high of $3.98 trillion, almost a $4 trillion market cap. But only time will tell. Right now, it's bearish. That's a bearish engulfing candle. If that closes any deeper, I don't see how we don't go and test 1.9, 1.67. Total 3, same idea. Oversold. You would expect this to be the higher low in the bounce. We desperately need it to happen right here. We need the higher low in the bounce. But when I look at the bigger time frames, the 3-day, the weekly, it just doesn't look amazing. You know, it says we're going to come back down and test $4.99 billion, $500 billion one last time. If we lose that, we could easily drop all the way down to this key level here. The market, I don't know how it got moved, at about $4.07 trillion. So I'm expecting a bounce. I'm expecting a move down and a bounce. You know, that would be a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder so we can get on out of here and change the game. Once we break this level and retest it, the whole world's going to get into the market and the bots and everything's going to respond. So they know they're very close to a reversal here, so they got to play their cards right to get as much as they can before you. So I am buying the fear. If we do go lower, I would even buy down here, but I'm open-minded to believe we could see a black swan and anything could happen. So you must be open-minded that it's not always going to go the way you think, and take it one day at a time. We could, it's looking like we're going to test $4.99 trillion. Bitcoin dominance, I'm looking at it, interestingly enough, it's getting overbought on the weekly. It might come down and continue parabolic. If Bitcoin is bullish, this will pump parabolic. If Bitcoin takes a tear down, this will bearishly retest and will drop down. You'd like to see Bitcoin go sideways in price, this to drop and alts to pump. That's alt season. But, we're going to watch for that closely. You're going to watch Bitcoin dominance and Tether dominance in tandem. When Tether dominance is losing and Bitcoin dominance is gaining, that's, Bitcoin is winning. But when Tether and Bitcoin dominance are both falling, but the market isn't dropping, money's flowing into altcoins, because where else could it go? It's leaving Bitcoin and it's leaving Tether. It's got to be going somewhere, right? So when you see Bitcoin dominance dumping with Tether dominance, that's a good sign. So you look at the weekly, and look, Tether dominance is getting overbought, and Bitcoin dominance is getting overbought. It is starting to show some signs that we could get a little move here in the altcoins. I see a little bit of caution, like that Bitcoin dump comes, we dump to the bottom of the channel, Tether goes up, but then we make this inverted cup and handle, and we move to the downside. So I still see some downside for Tether dominance. The weekly very overbought with bearish div. Tells us this is just a short-lived dip, and over time, Bitcoin's going to reverse back to the upside. This could be a parabolic move for Bitcoin too, and that means that, you know, alts wouldn't run until Bitcoin starts to give it away, maybe somewhere in January. So just be careful. It is really still Bitcoin season, in my humble opinion. And that's how we kind of go back and forth between Bitcoin dominance and Tether dominance and kind of do them together. The DXY also bearish, but bouncing off the 200 MA on the weekly. We'd like to see it lose that. Once it loses that, we are dropping to 9.92877 and even more. They continue to print money. I don't know. They can't keep the value of the dollar up if they continue to print money. It just doesn't work. So I would expect this to lose the 200 and continue to drop throughout the coming weeks. The S&P futures, we told you we would pump. We got it. We told you we would get hot there when the daily got overbought, which it did. The daily needs to come back down now. Look for this to enter the bottom of the channel, bounce off 5.5, and then get tight for a big money printing pump in October and November. It's very likely they're going to print the money because that's what they do in this election. That's how they do it every election year. So I would assume this would get very tight, and we would pump to the upside. The NASDAQ is exactly the same, and I'm watching the weekly for these moves. Gold has been interesting. It broke out of this ascending triangle. I had it kind of almost in a rising wedge that could break out parabolically. Seemed like it broke out, went sideways. I want to see if gold can make a flag above 2,500, I mean, and 2,475. But if gold continues this sideways juncture, I see it pumping to the upside and continuing. If the DXY does that dump, gold will pump. So I'm still bullish on gold here, even though I see some red candle on the daily. Just let it reset, let that thing pump, and I could see gold continuing to the upside. The target is $27, $26. Everybody, that is your macro analysis for Bitcoin. Total 3, Bitcoin dominance, Tether dominance, the DXY, S&P futures, NASDAQ futures, and gold. I hope you like this quick top-down analysis for you. You can see the market in under 10 minutes and give you guys an example of what may happen with high probability. Stay tuned for more. I do this every single Friday to give you a zoomed out, bigger picture of the market so you don't get chopped up in the smaller time frames. I love you. I appreciate you. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life.